Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into the eerie and mysterious world of shadows. Get ready to uncover some spine-chilling facts that will make you question everything you thought you knew. We're talking about the shadowy corners of our world, the places where light fears to tread. The stories we'll explore today are the kind that make you glance over your shoulder in the dark, the kind that make you wonder if you're truly alone in the room. Have you ever seen something out of the corner of your eye, a fleeting figure that vanishes as quickly as it appears? Many cultures have stories about shadow people, these dark, often humanoid shapes that seem to exist just beyond our grasp. Some say they're harmless, while others believe they're something more sinister. There are countless accounts online, people sharing their terrifying encounters with these shadowy beings. Some describe them as tall and thin, others as shapeless masses of darkness. One thing's for sure, the mystery of shadow people continues to haunt us. This is where things get really creepy. Imagine walking alone in a dark, eerie forest at night, the trees casting long, menacing shadows. The air is thick with an unsettling silence, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves. You come across an abandoned house, its windows shattered, and the door creaking open as if inviting you in. The atmosphere is heavy, almost suffocating, and you can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. The Hat Man, as he's come to be known, is a recurring figure in paranormal lore. He appears in the darkest corners of your mind, often when you least expect it. People have reported seeing him in shadowy hallways, lurking in dimly lit rooms, or standing ominously at the end of a dark alley. His presence is always accompanied by an overwhelming sense of dread. He's often described as a tall, shadowy figure wearing a wide-brimmed hat, sometimes a fedora. His silhouette is unmistakable, a dark outline that seems to absorb all light around it. Witnesses often describe the eerie feeling of his eyes following them, even when they can't see his face clearly. What makes him so terrifying are the reports of his piercing red eyes, eyes that seem to burn into your soul. These eyes are not just red. They glow with an intensity that is both mesmerizing and horrifying. It's as if they can see right through you, exposing your deepest fears and secrets. Some believe he's a demonic entity, while others think he might be a time traveler or even an interdimensional being. His otherworldly aura adds to the mystery, making it difficult to pin down exactly what he is. Some accounts even describe him emerging from portals as if stepping between worlds. His features are often described as demonic, with an aura that feels both ancient and malevolent. Whatever he is, encounters with the Hat Man are deeply unsettling and leave a lasting impression on those who experience them. People who have seen him often report feeling an intense, paralyzing fear. They describe waking up in the middle of the night to find him standing at the foot of their bed, watching them sleep. These encounters are not easily forgotten, and many are left with a lingering sense of unease, always wondering if he will return. Imagine for a moment creatures that thrive in darkness. Beings made of pure shadow. It sounds like something out of a horror movie, right? But what if these shadow creatures are more than just figments of our imagination? There are ancient legends that speak of creatures that dwell in the shadows, feeding off our fear and anxieties. Some believe they're attracted to negative energy, drawn to places of pain and suffering. Could these shadow creatures be responsible for some of the unexplained phenomena we hear about? Chapter 4. Shadow Dimensions, Portals to the Unknown. What if our world isn't the only one? What if, just beyond our perception, there are other dimensions, shadow realms existing parallel to our own? Some believe that shadow people and creatures are actually beings from these other dimensions, somehow crossing over into our reality. Could it be that shadows themselves are portals, gateways to these hidden worlds? The idea is both fascinating and terrifying, and it makes you wonder what might be lurking just beyond the veil of our perception. Chapter 5. Shadow Manipulation, a Dangerous Power. Imagine the power to control shadows, to bend them to your will. In many fantasy stories, shadow magic is a powerful force, often associated with darkness and mystery. But what if shadow manipulation is more than just fantasy? There are those who claim to have tapped into this ancient power, using it to cloud minds, to instill fear, even to harm others. The idea of someone controlling shadows is unsettling, a reminder that There are forces at play in our world that we may not fully understand. Chapter 6. Shadow Figures in History, Echoes of the Past. Shadowy figures appear throughout history, often in accounts of the paranormal and unexplained. Ancient civilizations depicted shadow beings in their art and mythology, often associating them with death and the underworld. There are even reports of shadow figures appearing alongside historical figures, whispering secrets or influencing events. Could these shadowy presences have played a role in shaping our history? The thought is both intriguing and unsettling. Chapter 7. Shadowy Myths and Legends, Tales of Terror. Every culture has its share of myths and legends, stories passed down through generations. And, many of these stories involve shadows, often depicted as malevolent forces or harbingers of doom. There are tales of shadow creatures that steal souls, of shadowy figures that haunt specific locations, and of curses that cast people into eternal darkness. These stories, while often dismissed as folklore, tap into our primal fears of the unknown, reminding us that there are some things we may never fully understand. Chapter 8. Scientific Explanations, Debunking the Darkness. So, is there a rational explanation for all of this? Science often tries to shed light on the unexplained, and shadow phenomena are no exception. Some researchers believe that shadow people sightings are simply tricks of the light, our brains misinterpreting shadows and shapes in our peripheral vision. Others suggest that sleep paralysis, a condition where you're aware but unable to move, might be responsible for some encounters, especially those involving the Hat Man. But can science truly explain away every chilling encounter, every unexplained event? Chapter 9. Personal Encounters, Real-Life Horror Stories. In this chapter, we delve into the spine-tingling experiences that real people have faced, encounters that defy explanation and leave a lasting impression of fear and wonder. Now let's get to the really scary stuff. These are not just tales from the imagination, but real-life accounts that will make you question the safety of your own surroundings. I've been collecting stories from viewers like you, people who have bravely shared their own terrifying encounters. These stories come from all walks of life, from different corners of the world, yet they share a common thread of fear and the unknown. People who have had their own terrifying encounters with shadow entities. These shadowy figures seem to appear out of nowhere, often in the dead of night, leaving those who witness them in a state of shock and disbelief. And let me tell you, some of these stories are truly bone-chilling. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night to see a dark figure standing at the foot of your bed, or feeling an icy hand brush against your skin when you're all alone. People describe feeling a presence in the room, an overwhelming sense that they are not alone. This presence is often accompanied by a deep, unsettling coldness that seems to seep into their very bones, a coldness that sends shivers down their spines. It's as if the very air around them has turned hostile, making every breath a struggle. Some have seen shadows move on their own, defying the laws of physics and logic. These shadows seem to have a life of their own, darting across walls and floors, disappearing just as quickly as they appear, while others have felt an unseen force touch them. This touch is often described as cold and clammy, leaving behind a lingering sense of dread and unease. These personal accounts are a stark reminder that the world is a stranger and often scarier place than we might think. They challenge our understanding of reality and force us to confront the possibility that there are things out there beyond our comprehension. So the next time you find yourself alone in the dark, remember these stories. They serve as a chilling reminder that sometimes the things that go bump in the night are all too real. Chapter 10. How to Protect Yourself, Fighting Back the Shadows. In this chapter, we delve into the methods and strategies you can use to protect yourself from shadow entities, those mysterious and often unsettling presences that can invade your space and peace of mind. So, what do you do if you find yourself face to face with a shadow entity? It's a situation that can be terrifying, but there are steps you can take to regain control and protect yourself. Well, the first thing is, don't panic. Take a deep breath and try to remain as calm as possible. Panicking can cloud your judgment and make it harder to think clearly. Remember, fear is often what these entities feed on. By staying calm and composed, You deny them the energy they seek. Some believe that positive energy can ward off negative entities. This means focusing on thoughts and feelings that uplift you, creating an internal environment that is inhospitable to shadows. So try surrounding yourself with light and positive thoughts. Visualize yourself bathed in a protective light and fill your mind with affirmations of strength and safety. Others recommend cleansing your home of negative energy through smudging or other spiritual practices. This can involve burning sage, using salt or other rituals that resonate with you. Ultimately, the best way to protect yourself is to be aware of your surroundings. Pay attention to any changes in the atmosphere or unusual sensations. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Your intuition is a powerful tool in detecting and responding to these entities. If you sense something unsettling, take action immediately. Whether it's through mental fortitude, spiritual practices, or simply leaving the area, your safety and peace of mind are paramount. Some people find comfort in using protective charms or talismans. These objects can serve as a physical reminder of your intent to stay safe and protected. Keeping a journal of your experiences can also be helpful. Documenting what you encounter can provide insights and patterns that might help you better understand and deal with these entities. Don't hesitate to talk to someone you trust about your experiences. Sharing your story can provide emotional support and might offer new perspectives or solutions. Remember, you're not powerless. With the right mindset and tools, you can protect yourself and reclaim your space from these shadowy presences. Outro, stay safe in the shadows. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more creepy content. Stay safe and keep an eye on those shadows. And remember, the next time you're alone in the dark and you think you see something move, it might not just be your imagination. Sweet dreams.